episode of Unscripted. My name is Mathawe, Matsapola. I've got feathers everywhere. I'm not sure if you can see them, but I've got feathers everywhere. Today, our guest is an activist, and a visionary, a go-getter of nodes, the co-founder of the Feather Awards, Thami Dish. So I'm calling you Thami Dish. Welcome, Thami.
Thank you very much. Can I tell you something? That I hate titles.
You hate titles? I just gave titles.
You gave it. Every time people ask me, so what are you? You're an activist. I'm like, no, I'm just Thami.
You just Thami. Yeah. You're not just Thami. I mean, we're sitting here because the Feather Awards are celebrating 10 years.
Yes.
Did you see it growing this big and coming to 10 years?
I think I have come to learn about this person, Thami. Is the level of consistency in everything else that he does. And so initially when we did start Feathers, we, at the back of our mind, we kind of knew that it would grow and it would see at least the second year. We also knew it would see the third year. But now we're on the 10th year.
I know, right?
And then you reflect and then you're like, oh my God, I can't believe we've actually come that far. What I can say though is that I think in terms of how we had planned it and how we had envisioned for the awards themselves, it wasn't in the level of its growth now. When we started, it was just a party. We were just like creating a platform for us to, celebrate LGBTI people or people who are empowering the LGBTI community. But also it was just like meant to be a beautiful night out, my partner, the co-founder, they call them, Joe started with the Duga Awards, Joe started the Metro Awards, and so it was just like being able to gather the industry and industry people in one room and having great fun. Fast forward to 5 years later, here we are having dialogues going around the country, talking about matters that are important to the LGBTI community. So, if you ask me in year one if I knew or what the plan was and if I could see myself 10 years from then, I'd say, no, are you mad? But now I can almost have a vague idea of where I would want to see Feathers and this brand and the work that we do when we celebrate our 20th anniversary.
How has the awards changed your life? 10 years is a long time. I'm sure there are lessons you've learned throughout the journey.
Oh, yeah.
And there has been some life-changing experience. Can you take us through some of those?
Oh yeah, I went broke.
Because of the awards?
No, but on the real though. Yeah, so I think people talk about life-changing experiences from okay, this is how many people it's taught. Yes, we've done those things. We've gone through to so many communities around the country, engaged with mothers, fathers, uncles, religious groups, LGBTI humans themselves internally, brothers, educators. We've engaged with health practitioners, different service providers, law enforcement agents, on various platforms. And I think it's great for us to get to a point where at least we can sit in one room and have an open discussion, whether we are comfortable with it or not. The fact that is that it's happening. But on the other side of it, I think those are the great wins. The back end of the things that we do is really hard, hey?
What are the hardships?
If you go through some of my emails and you read all the stories of a lot of people who've experienced some kind of violence, having to live with a partner who has abused you, having to live with a family that expresses hate and internal homophobia. The worst case, or the biggest case of stories that I've also dealt with is family members or, telling their children, here, hi, Mathawe, we know that you're lesbian, but okay, let's keep it a secret between us and the family because, we don't want to become a spectacle, So I think the struggles and the big painful stories are of people's rights that have been taken from them, even from like within the closest of family groups and your surroundings, in workspaces. The inability for people to be themselves.
But what support do you give to these people who engage you with their problems? This is the situations you're facing. Just give some examples there. What support do you give to them?
I mean, the birth of the dialogues actually comes from there. So what people did a long time ago is they confused the Feather Awards as as an NGO or as an entity that drives LGBTI orientated or focus group stuff or activities, and all it was and all it still is at the moment is an award ceremony. But more than that, it's a platform where a lot of all these LGBTI efforts can be acknowledged but also profiled. So I also registered the Thami Dish Foundation, which is my foundation, and I've decided to do the dialogues through that platform because I don't have a direct response. I mean, those emails don't go to info@feathers, they go to Thami.kotlolo, Gmail, here's what's up, here's what I'm struggling with. They go to my Facebook, they go to Twitter, they go to DM, and so I took on that challenge of saying, let's go around the country, let's go and talk to people.
What would you say to a parent watching this, or to a relative, a sister or a brother who have a gay person or a lesbian person in their home and they're struggling to accept this person? What would your advice be to them?
For parents and brothers or whoever that have children, siblings, whether from when they're young or middle age or teens or whatever, take time to understand, because I think the mistake we make is that often when we identify we belong to a different gender identity or orientation or whatever, people think we've completely figured ourselves out, There are lots of other people who wake up and they say, I've been gay or I am gay or this is what I identify with. The first picture is, you're gay. I mean, when I was a kid, I saw Somizi and I was like, this is what I identify with. I saw Simon Cole, I was like, yeah, that's kind of like me, right? When I saw RuPaul, I'm like, yeah, that could also be me. So there are people who go through discovering themselves, and you don't want to be part of destroying that journey and that process. Spend time trying to support but mostly understanding who they are, because I can tell you one thing for sure is that we're also still trying to understand who we are. With so much clarity in our day, there's something else that wakes up, that you are questioning, that you are asking about your sexuality. Today I'm attracted to this kind of person, tomorrow no, I don't like. It's like it goes beyond like preference. It's a feeling, and I think sexuality is so fluid today, and if we weren't so ignorant and we were completely open to the idea of learning, you could become the best influence to your child.
So if you were a president for a day, what would Thami Dish change? What would you add? I mean, and who will be in?
If I was a president for a day, I think I'd spend it mostly in Parliament, swearing in the Minister of Sexual Minorities.
Who will that be? Who will the minister be?
I don't know. And it's a current thing that we have at the moment. I always speak about some of the older generation of LGBTI activists, and my wish is that I had landed in the hands of somebody who nurtured, who mentored me, so that I know what to do and what to say and where to go and how to do it. Where I am right now is I'm trying to make sure that I create the space and I attract the new energy of young ones who've got a different view and who see things differently, who have a different approach. And so maybe I would probably try and find somebody like that in the space. But if I think of people who are closest to the list of people who I think are great, who I would swear in as the minister, deputy, or in that office, would probably be a gentleman I admire and I adore, called Jay Mathawe. Happens to work for me, and an incredible trans woman called Ditego. It's transgenders actually. Ditego. I think they're bright young minds. They're amazing.
Any celebrities?
Oh.
Would you saw in any celebrities?
Oh no, I think they should continue doing what they do. They must do what they do in their world.
Thank you so much for coming through.